Hello, welcome back to Too Many Books. This, my friends, is not quite an unboxing per se, because the box is already, taken care of. But this is an unboxing for The Best of Weird Tales, the 1920s, edited by Darrell Schweitzer, published by Centipede Press in all of its oversized glory. This is actually the second video. It's kind of a two-part video. Part one, I received 3 books all at once from Centipede Press. Part one was the second edition of Tobe Hooper's Salem's Lot, Studies in Horror Film, as well as Thomas F. Monteleone's Night Train. But that was like a 16-minute video in and of itself. And I'm like, hey, we got to dedicate a whole video to The Best of Weird Tales. This is probably one of the coolest editions that Centipede Press has published in some time. Slipcase very much styled after the other slipcases Centipede Press does, with a different color cloth to kind of cap it out. Very nice quality. Let's dive into the book itself, which I think this is Jim Byrne's artwork on the cover here. Oh, let's take that off. Jacket art by Jim Burns. Just absolutely stunning. It already has a Mylar protector on it. How about that? On the flip side, we have a collage. I was going to say a republication. A collage of the various Weird Tale covers over the years. I mean, I say over the years. I mean, over the years within the 20s, presumably. It'd be kind of weird if they threw in some, additional years beyond the 20s. If you're not familiar, Weird Tales jumped onto the scene in the early 20s and really made a name for itself. Nice little top edge stain there. Made a name for itself in genre fiction, such as this. Wow, look at that end paper. So this, some people have asked you about this. They're like, hey, when are you doing the Weird Tales unboxing? The answer is today. So long story short, I purchased Weird Tales back when it was first announced. This does have other additional artwork as well. Francesco Giani and others. Allen Koszowski, Allen K. Did a lot of artwork in here as well. I don't know who else did artwork. I thought it was just Allen K., Jim Byrnes, and Giani, but I guess we'll find out as we go through. Unless the and others is referring to the, retro artwork that's being reproduced in here. This does collect, 29 short stories as well as 28 poems that were published over the course of the 20s in Weird Tales. You're getting some of the best here. I wonder if, I know there's going to be, I haven't actually seen the table of contents prior to this. There's the verse poems. I didn't know obviously there's going to be some Lovecraft stories in here, or a Lovecraft story in here. I didn't know if they were going to go with Call of Cthulhu. Looks like they went with The Outsider, which I'm actually kind of happy with. I feel like Call of Cthulhu is one of those Lovecraft stories that's just published time and time again. I mean, there's a million versions of The Outsider there as well, but I mean, there's entire volumes dedicated solely to Cthulhu and the Cthulhu mythos. So I'm totally fine getting something else from Lovecraft. We have A. Merritt, of course, Frank Belknap Long, Robert E. Howard. You have the best of the best here. And Houdini? Wow, okay. I didn't realize Houdini had written stuff, let alone weird fiction, but here we are. And we have some nonfiction as well, including Darrell Schweitzer's introduction, which is obviously, right here. Why Weird Tales by Otis Adelbert Klein. We have a letter to Henenberger from H.P. Lovecraft. We have letters to Joel Freeman from Henenberger. We have H. Warner Munn, Darrell Schweitzer, a couple of things here, including contributor biographies. And then Allen Koszowski rounds out the book with 40 pen and ink portraits. That is amazing. If you are a fan of Allen Koszowski, there's actually an entire art book the Centipede Press did for Koszowski's artwork. Oh, God, what was it called? I'm drawing a blank. I did an unboxing here on the channel. And believe it or not, I think it's actually still in stock. The numbered copies. Oh, here we're going to have the actual covers. Are we going through all of the covers? We are, all of the 1920s covers. So the numbered editions of Allen Koszowski's art book are sold out. But what he was offering was unnumbered copies that have still been signed on like little book plates that have remarks on them from Allen Koszowski, which is just really friggin' cool. If I didn't have the numbered copy already, which is my matching number 68, I would totally swing for a remark from Allen Koszowski. It would just be really cool to get a remark from Allen Koszowski, but I can't justify buying an additional copy because I have too many books. It's the name of the channel. So, no space for multiples. I'm trying to cut down on multiples. But anyways, let's get into the stories themselves. Francesco Giani artwork on all of these. Giani did not sign the volume. I don't know where Giani's located. Giani has illustrated a bunch of various titles over the years. The ones that most come to mind for me. Oh, that's so cool. We'll get to that shortly. The ones that come to mind for me are the Stephen Graham Jones titles from SST Publications. Giani has done a bunch of those, which had interior illustrations, beautiful cover artwork. I don't think he signed those either, so I don't know where he's located. Maybe it's just a matter of... there's a little Allen Koszowski artwork. See, look at that. How cool would it be to get like a nice little thing like that on a book plate? And your book plate is going to be one of a kind. He's not doing multiples of those. So you can pick one up for yourself over at Centipede Press. Link in the description below. Anyways, we have some additional artwork for the stories throughout. Whoop. The pages seem like they're stuck together. That's due to the top edge stain. Francesco Giani. Did Giani do one for the... He did. Beyond the Door. Paul Sutter. There we go. What was I saying? The top edge stain. His pages aren't really stuck together. It's the top edge stain. What was I saying before that? Before I rudely interrupted myself and went completely tangented down the rabbit hole. So what was I saying 5 minutes ago? I was saying that I ordered Weird Tales way back when this was announced back in January, with the intent of getting a matching number 68. However, as luck would have it, or bad luck would have it, it turns out that the signature pages for number 68 got damaged. So Jared reached out. He said, "Hey, if you don't mind waiting a few weeks, I'll hook you up with a different copy." And so, here we are a few weeks later, and I have my copy. I'm excited about it. It's one of the Roman numeral copies, which is not to say that it is a Roman numeral copy, like in like the fanciest of the fancy sense. Like no, what Jared at Centipede Press does. There we go. I'll say when I get more of that Francesco Giani artwork. The Stranger from Kurdistan from E. Hoffman Price. How about that? Are these little tidbits from Schweitzer as he's going through? I love when that stuff happens. Not necessarily annotations, but, little mini introductions to each of the stories as they go along. The Werewolf of Ponkert, H. Warner Munn. So anyways, as I keep distracting myself from, Roman numeral copies, while they could be, Roman numeral states, like some other publishers do, Jared from Centipede Press treats Roman numerals as his PC copies, the contributor copies or leftover copies. In this case, this is a leftover copy. So it's exactly the same as your numbered state, but when you get to the limitation page at the end, instead of having a number there, we're going to have a Roman numeral. I don't know if he's ever done a Roman numeral state in like the deluxe sense. He's done deluxe editions. Like there are some just disgustingly high quality editions of like the Lieber titles, Franz Lieber. I believe, did he do deluxe ones of the Elric titles? He might have. He did do a deluxe edition of Ghost Story by Peter Straub, which, holy crap, that's way out of my price range, but that you could salivate over pictures of that thing. The Fair Pasty Pie, Arthur Edwards Chapman. There was an Allen Koszowski piece right there. A little Allen Koszowski vignettes. What do you want to call it? Doodle? Nope, I don't think it's Allen Koszowski. Who's that one from? I don't know. Doesn't look like Allen Koszowski's. It's pen and ink, so it could be his style. The Outsider, H.P. Lovecraft. Anyways, the Ghost Story Deluxe Edition that he did, I keep distracting myself, is a co-production between Centipede Press and Conversation Tree Press. Conversation Tree is one of my favorite publishers, honestly, ever. Oh, we have a ribbon marker in here. Through the Vortex, Donald Edward Cahill. Conversation Tree is just, wow, knocking it out of the park left and right. And they're actually doing co-productions with people. They did a co-production of Ghost Story. Oh, that was Allen Koszowski. That's Allen Koszowski. You could tell his style there. With Ghost Story, they're doing a co-production of Snow Crash with Subterranean Press. If you're a big Stevenson fan, that is coming out later this year, or that was a next year one? I think it was later this year. A Merit. So they're doing exceptional things, both by themselves and with other people. I mean, I would love to own one of those Ghost Stories, but that is like several $1,000s for a publication, and I'm too poor from the other books that I'm buying. I'll say that's from Coy, apparently. Manly Wade Wellman, nice little poem there. Jumby, Henry S. Whitehead. So the Ghost Story Deluxe Edition is completely bound, or mostly bound in leather. There's actually like a band, almost like a belly band, if you will, that is, I believe, Freya Scott Paperwilds did the marbling on that. Hand bound by Ludlow's, by Rich Tong's crew at Ludlow's, which I probably should stop saying that because Rich Tong is not Ludlow's. Ludlow bookbinders have a whole crew of people doing stuff. They got a whole team. You know, he doesn't own Ludlow. He just works at Ludlow. He owns Lyra's books. But Rich Tong is one of the best of the best. So, can't show you that illustration. So, when I say it's bound by Rich Tong and Ludlow, I mean that with the utmost love. I mean, even if it wasn't Rich Tong doing it, you're getting a high-quality binding from Ludlow. Whether it be, like Sam Cartwright or any of the other folks there. I don't know the other folks there. I just know Rich Tong from, being the rock star that he is. So he bound, or Ludlow bound, I said he again, Ludlow bound the Ghost Story. I don't know if it was printed different. I think the printing might still be the same. I don't know if it was like letterpress printed or they did anything special there. I think the innards are pretty much the same as the numbered edition. But it's really the binding, the design. It might be the signature page or some of the other pages within it might be letterpress printed, but I think the general novel itself is the same. And what all this is coming around to say, I don't know if that had numbers or if that had Roman numerals. So to bring it all the way back around to this 7-minute tangent that I've gone on, I don't really know if Centipede has ever used Roman numerals as far as like a state for any of his deluxe editions. Those are way out of my price range, so I can only live vicariously through the photos I see online of those. And, well, you got to be careful when posting photos of those online because you don't want people stealing them and trying to pass it off as their own book sales, which has actually happened with these unboxing videos. Some people have stolen videos, stolen screenshots and said, hey, this is my book, come buy it, which is partly why I keep this ugly-ass carpet in the backdrop, because then, you might recognize the carpet and be like, I recognize that ugly-ass carpet, that's not your book. So, see, there's a method to my madness here, even if it is hideous, but it gets the job done. We're getting the letters here at the end. I used to work with a guy who looked just like a young Lovecraft. It was really weird. But anyways, this is, to bring it all around, a Roman numeral copy in the limitation sense, not necessarily in the state it is. It's not necessarily a Roman numeral. The contributor biographies, which feature all sorts of Alan K. doodles for the images. That is exceptional. Man, he made Lovecraft look like he's 12. I mean, Lovecraft is rather young there. But anyways. This is completely sold out, by the way, so if you do want a copy of this exquisite volume, you do have to go to the secondary market. Let's get into the signature pages themselves, which feature all sorts of facsimile signatures, including a couple of real ones. Darrell Schweitzer is a real one. Allen Koszowski's is a real one. I believe Francesco Giani's is a facsimile. And then Jim Burns, somewhere on here, is a real one. What is this stamping next to Hoffman Price? Did he have a stamp that he put on his? Or what is that? Where's Jim Burns? Jim Burns is over here. He's hiding over here. Look at those. I mean, yeah, you know, some people are like, well, I don't like facsimiles. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. Oh, that's Francesco Giani right there. Look at the beautiful colors there. That looks artistically beautiful. But it looks, reminiscent of the covers he's done for those SST Stephen Graham Jones titles. So anyways, there, my friends, is its own 16-minute video dedicated entirely to the best of weird tales, the 1920s, as published by Centipede Press. One of the most in-depth volumes. I mean, and that's saying a lot, because Centipede Press publishes some absolute knockout volumes. But, like, wow, as far as, like, just absolute compendiums go, this just, damn, man, Jared knocked it out of the park. Well worth the wait. So if you do want to find a copy for yourself, you do have to go to the secondary market. I'm sorry to say that. But well worth it if you are able to find a copy. Thank you very much, Jared, for providing me the copy here. Was there actually a limitation? Where's the number on the signature page? I'm saying that aloud now. I'm like, is there a, they're like, oh, it's Roman numeral copy. Oh, it's right on this page. I'm blanking right over because they typed the limitations. So, of course, it's limited to 600 copies. This is Roman numeral right there. So, very, very thrilled to have a copy. Like I said, it's a shame that the signature page got damaged from 68, so you couldn't get the matching 68, but I'm totally fine with that. With the number of books that don't match in my collection from all sorts of different publishers, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. So anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your patience on waiting for this guy. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. I do at least one book review a week. Plenty of unboxing videos, much like this one. Whenever I get the books. Like I said, this is part 2 of a Centipede Press unboxing. I have an equally long video exploring Night Train and the new Salem's Lot edition, so be sure to check that out. But seriously, check out Centipede Press. Jared does an exceptional job. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you around next time.